Well, this is one way to end it. You can tell after this ending that they definitely learned their lesson from their ending with season 2 when you had full anime original. They still are unaware if they'll get season 3 or not, but it's still best to keep things the way it should be, well adapted, because who knows, you know? And if you want to see more, read the books. They're there. In fact, if you read the fan pages, they're all in full color and everything. Each chapter is in full color, like the JoJo chapters back in the day. Good old clean JoJo scans. Well, anyways, it seems that they wrap it up pretty nicely for both Kate and Miliko's adventure, and what they learn and what they grow from this as well was pretty interesting. The shock from Anthony coming out was very surprising. When I read this in the book, like, holy snap. Because they really said what happened to Anthony in the books. So him showing up, I had a hunch. I was so surprised nonetheless. So he was pretty much explaining what was going on, that Mary Rose had different ways of getting what she wanted compared to Anthony. So we understood Mary Rose's idea, but the question is, it was Anthony's idea. It seemed like Mary Rose just didn't want to grow up and was trying to escape on her own, while Anthony has a different kind of idea. And it seems his idea is more or less aligned with Kate's, where they want to take down the Shadow House, but it's not enough. Despite the planning and the power Mary Rose had, it was no match for Edward's power, which was an adult. Once again, showing the difference between an adult and a child in reality. There's not much a child can do to an adult. Adult used to be a child. An adult has experience. They're stronger, they're taller, they have that knowledge. So therefore, a child doesn't stand a chance. So there's nothing like that they can do. The question is what Anthony has been doing this entire time after what happened to Christopher. So, anyways, that being said, he just disappears, just walks off and just disappears and everything. So now Kate is still, baffled by everything that has happened. Do you see Anthony now even in the books? Nope, not yet. I guess he is waiting for Kate to go to that next step. And speaking of next step, this got her recognition from the Star Bearers, and now they point her in and Miliko to be team leaders of Team 10. And speaking of Team 10, they got themselves a new leader as well. Sarah and Mia really want to become the leaders of this one because besides Mary Rose, they too were the longest ones to be there. But thanks to, the Shadow House is showing not just children growing up become adults in the harsh reality, but it shows what goes on in the workforce as well, which I have seen this happen firsthand. Someone who has been there for the company for a long time, and they worked really hard and were loyal to that said company. And to have a newbie who did this interesting thing, not being there too long, and all of a sudden they get the promotion compared to the person who's been there for a long time and helping out for a long time. I mean, they were the first ones to be there and the last ones to leave a lot. And a lot of people thought that they would be the next one to get the promotion. It was only obvious. But because that one person decided to do something interesting to help out in another way, they went up the ladder. But this is what happens when you go an alternative. You stick out the box. The higher ups will recognize you. When you think of your brain instead of your muscle, because that's what they're looking for inside of a leader. Those are the ones who get the promotion. So you work all your life, all you want, working hard. But that's what they mean when they say work smarter, not harder, because that's the only way these higher ups will get you. Sometimes you can turn it down, because Lord knows I turned it down when they wanted me to be it. I don't want that role. Trust me, I don't. It's a nightmare. So I'm just gonna give a little snippet of Mia and Sarah and what's going to become of them in the story. It feels like they'll become a very, very big side antagonist. Not the main antagonist, but a big, big side antagonist. As you'll see them slowly grow jealousy and disdain towards Emilico and Kate because they took what they wanted so badly and they try to go alternate routes, but everything seems to go wrong for them. To the point they kind of become this bigger threat for Kate and Emilico later down in the future. It grows and grows. They have their petty schemes, but they never go into fruition. But as time goes on, those petty schemes get bigger and bigger to the point where they'll probably pull the biggest scheme yet, and it will cause a lot of great danger for Kate and Milico. But that's how I see what will become of Sarah and Mia down in the future, unfortunately. Which is sad because they're someone that Milico looks up to as well. So that really sucks. But the way that Milico and Kate were explaining the coffee and what the living dolls go through is the exact workforce. We're children, we're free, we just go to school and stuff like that. But when we grow up, we drink the coffee, we go to work, we work the 9 to 5. We're tired, we're always like a clog in a machine, replaceable and stuff. Then we have a new person. A new person is full of smiles and wonder, but when they fit in, they put on the fake smiles, and deep down inside, they're tired as God knows what. And they start thinking. They become drones, just like machines, just working over and over again, every day, barely little to no sleep, barely any sleep. So when they grow up, it's just they become an adult in the workforce. That's what Shadow House is with the Living Dolls, is they become part of that workforce, working for a corporation that doesn't even know their name, only by reports in paper, but that is it. And then they become slaves. Slaves to the machine, everybody. And once again, we get to see Emilico's growth, her determination, her resolve. Especially towards the end, she's seeing how she gets up. She doesn't have time for herself, but she's always doing things for Kate. Then she does cleaning to the house, and she has a schedule that she must do all the time. And she also had that dream of being free. Dream, it could be a symbol of her past, or it could be a symbol of the endless possibilities, being free as a bird, deciding your own destiny instead. But she is here in the Shadow House, where pretty much she has to do the same thing again and again, little no time for herself. And that's the point of the Living Doll. So they would accept the fusion while drinking the coffee. And you see once again her putting a not so smile on her face. Her face is sad. And her being called Sunshine is a good nickname for her. Besides it being given by Barbie, of all people. But still, it shows how she herself, you don't want to see this girl frown. You don't. If she does, it looks like everything just, you can just feel the mood just down. And Miracle is someone who's not meant to be unhappy, is all I'm saying. She is better off smiling all the time. When you see her frown, it just looks terrible, and you don't like it, man. You wish it would just stop. It is torture. Torture to the heart, man. No one wants that. But then she's trying to treat Belle. And speaking of Belle, there's a scene they skip. They skip showing Belle's twin dying in the show, in the books. You would read and see the twins. One is not doing so well to the point that she's not eating, and Belle's trying to feed her twin, but the twin says, "I'm good, you eat it." And she says, "Okay," and she eats the food, and then right then and there she dies and stuff. Unfortunately, she wasn't just disposed of. She died, and it's another fact. Some people die in the workforce. Accidents happen. to the point where some people don't make it and they get replaced. Heck, one time I went to work, someone died. It was on part of the workforce, but they died out in the car lot, and we continued working like nothing happened. Heck, another time, way in the past, a car come crashing through, messing up the entire store, and guess what? We went in to work the next night like nothing happened. Yeah, there was the glass and the cleaning up people had to do, but we still did our same job like we always have done, over and over again. Nothing had changed, showing how much the corporations really don't care for their workers. Now, so when she went to the meeting and she could be in trouble because, after this traumatizing event, Belle, of course, has PTSD, cleaning the pipes and losing her own twin sister, of all things. Of course, she'd have PTSD, and you can't blame her for it. She is scared to step foot outside, and I can't blame her. But, of course, the work people like, we can't keep doing this, man. This was probably back in the past. And now in these days, if you go through something like that, you can sue their pants off now. So this is probably more of an example of the old workforce back in the day, where you didn't have these kind of benefits or privileges or rights. Because there's no way they'll get away with that now. So they're thinking like, okay, we gotta get rid of her, as in fire her. But in Milako's eyes, that is no different from losing someone else that she's trying to become close to. She lost Lou. She lost Ram. Or was it Lou? I think it was Lou. And she just lost Rosemary, too, as well. She don't know if she's really alive or dead. They left that up in the air. And now she's got to lose someone else that she's trying to get used to. So when she even got kicked, man, she got booted by Barbie. Barbie booted her, like to the point where she's on the ground, barely breathing. And she still gets up with determination. Determination that, no, I'm not giving up on this person. This person went through a lot. Now I'm not losing someone else. She's already lost 2 people already. She's not losing anyone else, which I applaud Miliko for that. After that, going through that phase of thinking these negative thoughts, thinking what she's been doing this entire time, what's going on with her life, what else can she do, and the pressure of her being the leader on her, she still gets back up, thinking about what she could lose even more, and refuses for that to happen. And that's pretty much how the Shadow House ends. Of course, there's the after credits scene where you see everyone is doing their regular stuff. But then you see Kate and Miliko, Barbara and Barbie walking towards each other. And the symbolism is what Kate and Miliko could become if they're engulfed by the pressures of society. We see how Barbara and Barbie were like in the past. They were shy but yet cheerful. Um, they were very freaking. Barbie was very athletic. She was part of the physical education leader. She was very fast and strong and flexible and stuff. Same thing as Miliko in a way. She probably was good thinking on her feet. Same thing with Barbara. Probably was very high intellectual, just like Kate. But the pressures came down on her. Losing friends. Distancing growing between bonds. And then because of that, she felt all alone. That she had to do everything on herself. In order to become a leader, she had to toughen up. Just like you see most of your managers around in these corporations. They probably were just like you and I, having fun, being part of the workforce, being part of the team. But then when they got that promotion, become the leader, they felt alone. They felt like they had higher pressure put upon them. They had to toughen up. They can't be the walking board that they used to be. And heart goes out to them, I guess, after watching this. Like, wow, I never really thought about it that way. You can't be who you used to be when you get these kind of promotions sometimes. And it sucks. But that's just the cool, harsh reality of it all. Yeah, and this season finale of Shadows was excellent. I love it, especially towards the end, the reflection of what I also did a reflection of what Kate could be as well when it came to Mary Rose and Rosemary. But you can also do a reflection here as well with Barbara and Barbie because it makes sense. It really does. Showing the paths that Kate and Miliko can take through life. And both can be negative. But they have to find one that can be positive for the both of them. Which one will it be? We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, this was excellent. I enjoyed another great season of The Shadow House. I am hoping we get a season 2. We have a lot for season 2. I mean, for season 3. Season 3. We have a lot, and I do mean like a good amount for season 3. And you could say the books, in a way, is finishing, wrapping up the part 4 of it. But I'm really enjoying reading the books, and of course, I enjoyed watching the anime. I thought this would be a sleeping giant, but not really. It's been staying in the top 10 on anime trending for a very good while. So therefore, people are giving this recognition that it deserves. It absolutely deserves this. So I'm glad it's doing that. Will it win any awards? We'll have to wait and see. It'd be nice, but I guess it didn't stick out too much. But it's very unique kind of anime, so I was hoping that it would. But it's getting the attention it deserves at least, so I can at least respect that. The music's still good, the characters are great, and the story and the reflection of the society itself is just brilliant in my eyes. So that being said, that's what I'll end the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my little journey with Shadow House. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the background on anime. Signing out.